Hello there.
Hey, pleased to meet you. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, welcome.
Hello, Salama, I'm Italian. And thank you very much for taking the time and for bringing your colleagues. It's the first time, but we hope it's not the last time, and that we can develop a dialogue on how we can work for Palestine and a free Palestine. So you've seen the exhibition, you've tasted the food, and now we're going to hand over to Rosabel, who is our resident journalist, radio broadcaster,
If you don't mind,
and a great runner of Zaytoun stalls, Rosabel, as well. So she's selling the products of Palestine.
Before we start, may I just say thank you for the invitation. Thank you for inviting me. And I'm so glad we decided what we decided, which is that this is the first time I leave London since I was appointed. This is my first visit outside the office. And I think it's rather than planning, it's a destiny that I come here, because this is an experience to really enlighten me as the representative of Palestinians, the depth of support we do have in this country. So thank you. And more important than the food is the people that I met. It's very inspiring.
We hope you've had a warm welcome and it continues that way.
And warm food. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll start by, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Husam Zomlot. I'm from Palestine.
What is the role of the ambassador when you're a Palestinian and you're representing such a great cause?
The role of our ambassador is to represent the aspirations of his people. And as such, I have a very important task to do in the UK because the aspirations of the people of Palestine are no different than the aspirations of any. They are seeking normal life, they are seeking justice, they are seeking the very rights that any other nation would be seeking. We have some way to go, but I am inspired thus far that I am not the only Palestinian ambassador in the UK. It seems there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of ambassadors like yourself and all of our friends here. So it's competitive, very competitive, but it's heartwarming to know that we have help.
Who do you represent? Gaza, West Bank, or the Palestinian diaspora?
I represent the state of Palestine. It is under occupation, but it has been created via the will of the globe, the international community. So I am the representative of Palestine, and I represent the people of Palestine, those who are inside and those who are outside. I represent the 13 million Palestinians. I head the PLO office in London. The PLO is the Palestine Liberation Organization. If you remember Yasser Arafat, that PLO represents every Palestinian. No matter where he or she come from, no matter what political background they have, we are all under the banner of the one legitimate representative.
Starting with Trump's decision to move the U.S. embassy to West Jerusalem, do you think this is paving the way to annexing West Bank to Israel?
The Trump policies and steps, unfortunately, has meant that there are green lines now and green lights as well for the current Israeli governments to do as it wish. And it has picked these signals, and it has been wreaking havoc, of course, in Jerusalem and in the West Bank, because the West Bank and Jerusalem, East Jerusalem, according to international law, is occupied, and all the illegal colonial settlement activities there are illegal and must be dismantled according to international law. And what Trump has done is unlawful, illegal, illegitimate, isolated, and it has to be undone sooner or later.
We hear about Israeli settlers erupting in Al-Aqsa Mosque, asking for its demolition. Do you think there will be a third temple, and will a third temple be built?
This is not a religious war, even though there are some people who want to push us towards the religious war and the Armageddon. This is a political and legal matter that can be resolved. Therefore, there is a very respected status quo in Jerusalem, including the Aqsa Mosque, which is the third most sacred place for Muslims. Jerusalem has been the place of coexistence for the three Abrahamic religions. We Palestinians would not only recognize the diversity of Jerusalem, but we will celebrate the diversity of Jerusalem. But Jerusalem belongs to one people and belongs to one God. And Jerusalem will always reject attempts at turning it into an exclusive city or changing its inclusive nature.
How do you think these new racist national state laws have affected Iran?
In a very bad way, and this law confirms that Benjamin Netanyahu, the current Prime Minister of Israel, and his government have chosen undemocratic laws that are a translation of the apartheid regime this government is building, as opposed to having a democratic system. The choice was always between Israel being both democratic and Jewish. It seems this government are more interested in the Jewish part of the story rather than the democratic part of the story. And I think this should be challenged by Israelis, Palestinians, and the international community, because this would be really bad news, not only for Palestinians, but also for Israelis.
Quick question, do you believe in a two-state solution, one-state solution, maybe for everyone and every Palestinian have the same rights, the equal rights?
It doesn't matter what form of a solution. What matters is that people will have their rights fulfilled and respected and maintained. The right of self-determination for people is enshrined in international law, is legitimate and must be respected. Whether that is in a form of independence or that is in a form of any other arrangement, doesn't matter. The right of being equal under one rule of law is also important, but I personally believe, and so the majority of the Palestinian people, is that the best way forward is to end Israel's occupation and establish a sovereign state of Palestine with East Jerusalem its capital, because we also want to have our right of self-determination. We want to embark on a journey to build our own destiny and have our own future. We don't want to mix the cards at this point in time.
And when occupation dictates your life, what one change would make a difference to Palestinians now?
This conflict is about real understanding and support by the international community, because the huge, vast imbalance of power, asymmetry of power in Israel and Palestine, between Israel and Palestine, means that we need a third party that could actually save all of us. And the best way forward is the continuation of this international solidarity and the turning of this solidarity into a real pressure on all sides to make sure that the universal values are upheld, international law is implemented and respected. And as happened in South Africa, and we remember that London and the UK was the hub and the capital of activism in the anti-apartheid movement. We believe the most important and significant side at this point in time is our people's ability to withstand, survive, persevere, and be resilient. And I think the Palestinian people are very resilient, and this museum shows that resilience and that ability to maintain our culture and our presence and our lives, and educate our children and invest in the future. But that's all what we can do, given the power, the economic, military power of our oppressor. So the tilting balance would have to come from our side. Israel was established by a decision of the international community or from the international community, and we think what we need to work on right now is to make sure the international side takes its responsibility.
Many Palestinian voices, intellectual voices, are asking for a separation of Palestinian Authority and the PLO, so that Palestinians are represented and the resistance and self-defense and self-protection is represented. What do you think about that?
I don't understand the question.
No, I don't either. Many intellectual voices are asking for a separation or independence, so that the PLO is different to the PA.
The PLO is different from the PA. The PLO is the umbrella that represents every Palestinian. It represents all Palestinians inside and outside. The PA was established by the PLO to be a small organ that was responsible to implement the responsibilities of the PLO during the Oslo peace process, which was supposed to last for 5 years. And that PA was supposed to be evolving into a state. So effectively speaking, there is no PA anymore. There is a state of Palestine, not effectively on the ground, but according to international resolutions. We are now in the process of redefining the relationship between the state of Palestine and the Israeli occupation government.
And when were the last elections?
2006.
I had a question, but I got it right on this. About international, do you think, when will there be international protection? Like we hear about the Great March of Return and the continuous oppression in population of Israeli Palestinian people in the West Bank. Has the PA has any plan?
Yes, we went to the UN, to the United Nations, and we tabled a resolution for international protection, and we had an overwhelming support by member states for providing immediate protection to the Palestinian people. That was already early this year. But unfortunately, such resolutions are not implemented because major superpowers, particularly the US, always block our rights of seeking international protection. So we already have the resolution, and we already have the international will, but so far the US is shielding Israel from all of its crimes and putting Israel above the law.
Since US aid has been taken away from Palestinian people, is Qatar aid making a difference, or any aid that you get?
Any aid, regardless of who gives it, must be a function of supporting the integrity of the Palestinian land and the unity of the Palestinian people and their representation. If that aid is towards that end, supporting the unity of our people and political system and the unity of our land, we welcome it. If that aid is to help the Israeli strategic thinking, i.e. the current government, of carving Gaza out and of creating a system only for Gaza, we will reject it. This conflict is not about Gaza. Our seeking of independence is not a humanitarian issue. This is an issue about Palestine, and Gaza is a beloved, cherished part of Palestine, where I come from personally. But it's also about Jerusalem and what the Israeli government is doing in Jerusalem. It's about Nablus today and the last few days about Ramallah. They have been invading every house in Ramallah, every official building in Ramallah. It's about Bethlehem and our people in Bethlehem celebrating the birth of Jesus. And you know, Christmas is a Palestinian event. It started all there in Bethlehem. And therefore, it's not just about Gaza, and we want to make sure that it goes to Palestinians, to Palestine, and then Palestine and its legitimate channels will decide. Definitely Gaza has a severe humanitarian situation, but we will not allow for some dodgy thinking to actually create a permanent separation between Palestinian territories and Palestinian people. Enough.
Do you think? Yeah, okay, so the last one. Do you think the refugees, Palestinian refugees in Syria, how much the PA is responsible or represent the Palestinian refugees in Syria? Do you provide help and support for Palestinians in Syria?
Yes, we do as much as we can, and it's very heartbreaking what happened in Syria for our refugees. And I don't think it has been the case anywhere else that refugees were made refugees 2 times and 3 times in one generation's life. I mean, this is unprecedented. The suffering of the sheer pain that these people had to go through. Our main policy was not to intervene, not to interfere or intervene, a neutral policy in Syria and Lebanon. Otherwise, it would have been mayhem. We have more than 500,000 Palestinians in Syria. We have hundreds of thousands in Lebanon. So our policy of turning these people into a source of good in these countries has been very important for the stability. Otherwise, they could have been agent for many other, God forbid, terrorist groups. And also our policy was to make sure that we provide protection, and the international community takes its responsibilities to provide for them. It could have been much worse, much worse. But through very clear policy from our side, from our leadership, through very good commitment from our people in Syria and the Palestinian people in Lebanon, thank goodness we have been a source of stability, given how turmoil the region is.
The last one,
yes.
I promise. If you had a crystal ball, when Palestine will be free?
It will be, definitely. I have no inch of a doubt, an iota of a doubt about the freedom of Palestine. I mean, this is a land that was destined to actually always be the minaret for freedom and liberty, and the factory for the values that we all celebrate. It's the bridge between East and West, and therefore it has been wounded for the last 100 years. But that question is certain. The question is when, not if. And the when depends on the much work we need to do together. And I think today in Bristol I've seen that the win is closer than we even think.
Thanks very much, Doctor. I had a few more, but never mind.
Oh my God, you had a question on every single issue.
Before you go, is there anybody else who's got maybe one
Please.
short question?
Please.
Um,
I am happy to answer.
when are you coming again?
Yeah, when you come again,
Please bring your wife.
I
Yeah.
would love to, she would love to be also
we're
here.
gonna invite you.
But we are overwhelmed, I have to say. We are truly overwhelmed. We just arrived in between the children and the schools and, settling down and the home and all that, and between the demand we have. I mean, I go home every day after midnight because there are 3-4 events after 6 p.m. already.
Right.
And during the day, so maybe this period is not the best, but one day, honey, I'll take your mobile number now, not only your landline, and we will just drop by with the kids.
Yes.
We'll drive around.
I used to work with
Go in the
Some-
boat. Huh?
You already have each other's number.
We
I
do? Okay,
connected both of you.
Good.
Given
I
what you
found
said,
it.
it's fantastic that you've come to Bristol.
It is fantastic. I'm really touched, I have to tell you. For a person like me with the mission I have, I needed to know the level of support we have. It's,
You have lots of support, especially in Bristol.
Mhm.
I can assure you that.
Yeah.
There's few towns, but quite nice to have them around so we can argue.
Sometimes they even come in the middle.
They also
Yeah.
gonna be the boss,
yeah.
but it's okay.
But
don't
it's
feel
important
bad.
what you just said. The conflict is not between Muslims and Jews.
Yeah.
And those who wanted it to be do not serve the cause of peace and the cause of Palestinians. The conflict is between occupiers and occupied,
That's right.
colonizers and colonized, besiegers and besieged. And that military boat could be Jewish, could be Christian, could be Muslim. Actually, there are so many Muslims who serve in the Israeli army, by the way, for your information. So this is not a religious issue. It's a very straightforward conflict with an occupation.
But there's no one.
And sometimes we want to make sure, and I hope this will not be misunderstood, but sometimes I feel people have a lot of hatred in their hearts for what is happening. I think Palestine has to be more about love. And there is so much love in that land, right? So much love.
Can I just echo that, because one of our colleagues who can't be here today, Peace, he's one of our committee members. He's also a member of the Eastern Cowboys, which is a football club in Bristol. There's a Cowboys and a Cowgirls. They've also been to Palestine. They've made a film about their experience of playing football, which you really have to see one of these days. It's really
Where's
fantastic.
Abdullah?
And
Good video,
he said that when he first went to Palestine, he was full of anger, and he said he met one angry person when he was in Palestine. Everybody else was full of love,
Yes.
full of hospitality, full of generosity,
Can you say?
and he had to back down from his anger because he was overwhelmed by this human spirit. And I certainly think that's what I've learned myself when I've been involved in the campaign here in the museum and meeting Palestinians. We Skype with people in Gaza, West Bank as often as we can, and the spirit is always generous. Never, no hatred, it's incredible.
And that's the message. That's the message I have been carrying around to our solidarity movement, to our friends in the UK and beyond. That it has to be about love. It must be about love. Because if it's about hatred, then it's no longer about the Palestinians. It's about the Palestinian jailers and the Palestinian oppressors. This is not about the oppressor. This is about the people who have rights, the beauty of the culture, the beauty of the civilization, and the beauty of the aspirations itself. I mean, on the one hand. On the other hand, yes, I must say that issues like anti-Semitism do exist. It's real. I mean, look what happened in Pittsburgh in America only recently. It exists. And there are so many Jews who are part and parcel of the movement to liberate Palestine and to support Palestinian rights. We have to recognize that. So
We have colleagues here in Bristol who
Yes.
support us.
Huh?
We have Jewish friends here too.
Absolutely. So it's crucial that we focus on it. We focus on the real target, and we make sure that they don't drag us into that argument. No, it's not about that, and we are clear from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not about that, and we are not against you because we are with you because of the way you pray or the way you wear things or no. it's a very straightforward political and legal matter.
Yep.
No matter the color of your skin, the height of your body, or whatever it is. I think there has been some confusion over the last few years in the UK, particularly, and the media and the campaign to blur the lines and to distract the discussion. And the result is the discussion is being distracted.
That's right, yeah.
The result is our historic friends have been damaged, right?
Yes.
And many people are being in the defensive now. So, no, I think we should not mention much Israel as much as we should mention Palestine. As we speak now, Bethlehem is full of light, full of love, full of images. People are about to celebrate the birth of a Palestinian, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I met a guy in Nablus last year, and he was telling me about how he deals with the kids in Nablus, and obviously under occupation and under a lot of stress. And he said we teach our kids life.
Absolutely.
And I had a really good chat with him, and wherever I went, nobody ever asked me in Palestine what my religion was, or nobody was remotely interested. And yeah, I got some wonderful experiences there, and yeah, it's all about they're teaching life and hope and peace.
The ambassador you're looking at was born in a tent. I was born in a tent, in a refugee camp, to the very south of Gaza. And a person like me, and I think the 30 million Palestinians also had that choice long ago. Should we go the bitterness way, bitterness and anger and resentment and hate, or should we go the hope way, being hopeful and focusing on the positive energy and looking at things not from a perspective of revenge, but from a perspective of challenging the reality and changing it. And this is exactly the battle. People want us to be more hateful, by the way. And people want us to pull us in that direction. And people want us to be nihilistic in our approach, zero-summers. As much as sometimes we cannot resist the temptation, we should be focused. I think we should be focused. I think the one national event for Palestine should be Christmas. And because of the values that carries, the real values. If you want to talk about the one person who has really, who embodies the Palestinian struggle, it would be Jesus. In terms of, Jesus was under military occupation, the Roman Empire. Jesus was made a refugee. He had to flee.
First Palestinian activist.
Yes,
He was homeless.
He was homeless. Yes.
Was he communist?
And Jesus returned to Nazareth after liberated, after the land was liberated. So the entire Palestinian story is embodied in that. But how did he do the liberation and the return that we are seeking? By love. By love.
Love is the way.
Yes.
And it's good for you as well, for
Of
us.
course.
Yes.
And believe you me, it's much more, it's the perseverance of the humankind. Those who have the hate, it eats them away. And I think our opponents have sufficient hate to eat them away. Leave them on their own.
Very briefly, thanks for coming, because you come with a message of enormous hope. It's very impressive what you talk about. And that parallel with Jesus being the first Palestinian is very powerful. What I just wanted to ask you is a little bit more about, are you the only Palestinian ambassador, or is the ambassador of the UN, or are there other ambassadors in other countries, and how does it work? It's a little bit of a structure.
I am the only Palestinian ambassador in the UK.
Right.
Because you have to have one ambassador.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But you have many Palestinian
There
ambassadors. We have one in the UN. I was the Palestinian ambassador
In the UN.
in Washington.
Oh, yeah, sure.
In the US. I was the
Right.
ambassador to the
Yeah.
US.
Yes,
And then I became the ambassador to the UK
yes.
because Trump closed our embassy in Washington.
Right.
That was me in the middle of the crossfire. And
Right,
then our president decided to reappoint me to the UK.
yes.
So I'm based
Good.
in London, but there's
Yeah.
one ambassador to the UK.
Yes.
But we have ambassadors in everywhere.
Every
country.
Paris, Brussels,
Yeah.
Spain,
There are.
everywhere.
That's so good to know. Yes, yeah.
He's from Pakistani TV.
Uh-huh.
We need your experience about Bristol,
Mhm.
because Bristol have a long-standing history for Palestine, and the solution what the people of Palestine think they have a solution for Palestine. So it's 2 minutes just for TV, right? I will say done. Pick up, please. More. You can say you will not ask a question. The true question, your experience about Bristol with it, and the solution for the Palestine. So you can answer yourself.
I believe this is really luck that Bristol was the first place I visit since I arrived to the UK. It's luck and it's destiny because I needed this shot of energy that I received in Bristol, the depth of support in the city, and the many friends of Palestine, to an extent that we have a museum of Palestine in the heart of Bristol. And all the people I've met have really given me the energy and the assurances of the future. And that brings me to the second issue, the Palestine and the solution. The solution is very well known. It's people's ability to live like any other nation with dignity and with prosperity and having their own destiny and controlling of their own future. And I think Israel has been sabotaging this for too long, and it's about time to end. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to go as well.
Are you able to go? I want to show you something at the fly. And then you
Yeah,
want
to try.
Yeah, let's go.
We have a small cake. You want more of your mug? Again, the mug and the first, right?
Thank you.
Will you have your cup of tea?
You remember us.
Forget